What's going on, everybody? Jay here, and you might be wondering why you are staring at a blank table, and the answer will become very clear as we are about to unbox this month's Video Games Monthly shipment. Now, I got a couple of comments, mainly from my wife Meredith, when I did my Shantae unboxing, where she said, you know, that's not actually an unboxing, you're just showing the stuff that's in the box. And I can't really argue that logic because she's 100% correct. So, today we are going to be doing this unboxing. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe down below. And now let's find out what's in the box. I have no idea what's in this box. The only thing I have done so far is I have freed it from its priority mail envelope and have placed it on this table. So let's find out right now what's in the box. All right. Right off the bat, we have a classic NES game in Dr. Mario, which I actually did not own, but I used to own this complete in box. I sold it a few years back. Happy to have this one back because Dr. Mario is a very fun game. Let's take a look at some gameplay real quick.
Yeah, so Dr. Mario is a game I actually used to own complete in box. I picked it up when Meredith and I lived in Gainesville, Florida. Don't ever live in Gainesville, Florida, for what it's worth, by the way. That is a terrible, terrible, terrible place to live. But when we lived in Gainesville, Florida, I actually worked a couple of shifts down at the Things Remembered. If you ever need anything engraved, I am your guy. I know how to run their computers. But there was a video game store down at the mall in Ocala, and I loved Dr. Mario, and I really wanted to have it, and they had an in-box copy for like $15 or something like that, so I picked it up. And this, as well, like most of my NES collection, was one that got lost in the flood. And that's a shame, because Dr. Mario is such a strong game. I actually am probably more partial to Dr. Mario than I am to Tetris, at least on the NES, because Tetris to me was always a Game Boy game. That was the one I needed portable. That's the one I wanted to have in my hands to take in my Game Boy when we were on a car trip. But Dr. Mario was the at-home puzzle game that I played all the time. I'm really happy to have this one back. This is another one, like I said, that I wanted to re-add to the collection, and Video Games Monthly came through. Glad to have it.
All right, next on the list we have, without taking too much of a look here, we have... Oh, hey, well, there's a classic, Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. Okay, yeah, you know, I think everyone already owns this one, and if you haven't seen this one, I'm kind of surprised, but yeah, let's take a look at some gameplay here.
What needs to be said about Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt that hasn't been said a zillion times over? I think we'll just, you know, kind of chat about the game real quick. I mean, Super Mario Bros. Was my first NES game. I think that was a lot of people's first NES game. It was, after all, the pack-in, and that was the one that got the most playtime for me. I loved Super Mario Bros. I loved going to a different world and having my imagination kind of blown by the fact that this was a really interactive game that was so far ahead of anything that I ever played on the ColecoVision. I wanted to be in Mario's universe. I wanted to be in the Mushroom Kingdom. I wanted to save the princess. And I kept playing it until I did. But that's not to overlook Duck Hunt either, because Duck Hunt's a lot of fun. And while a lot of people actually went for the duck hunting, you know, where the dog that laughs at you when you miss your shots, my game was always the clay pigeon game. I loved shooting the clay pigeons, you know? I'm kind of surprised I didn't actually have this in my collection, but this is one of those games that was lost in the flood years ago, and I'm happy to have it back. It's a staple that everyone should have in their NES collection, I think, and I'm glad it's here.
All right, next we have... Let's fish around. Oh, this feels like a Genesis game. It sure is. This is the not-for-resale Sonic the Hedgehog 2 featuring Miles Tails Prower. I do love this game. I'm very happy to have this one back because I do not own any of the single-pack Sonic the Hedgehog games. I do have the Mega Collection on the GameCube, but let's dive in and take a look at this one real quick.
So when I think of Sonic the Hedgehog, I think this is probably the game that comes to mind. While Sonic 1 was the first one I had ever played, Sonic 2 is the one that I always consider as the superlative version of Sonic, at least until Sonic Mania released recently. There's not much to dislike about this game. There's massive quality of life improvements over the first one. There's a 2-player battle mode, which is pretty cool. The stages look great. The animations for Sonic and Tails are both fantastic. And there's memorable boss battles throughout against Dr. Robotnik that just are a ton of fun to experience and a ton of fun to play. Now, I've told the story in the past where I got my Sega Genesis early for Christmas. My mom let me open it, and we sat on the floor of our Fall River, Massachusetts living room, and we played Sonic and Toe Jam and Earl and all this other stuff. And that's really where my love affair with the Sega Genesis and my adoration of that console and Sega as a company comes from. This game is full of positive nostalgia for me, and I'm so happy to have this back, and kind of cool that this is the not-for-resale version that came as a pack-in. Kind of love that.
All right, and finally, we have... This looks to be a GameCube game. Hey! All right. Resident Evil 0, huh? Now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't played a Resident Evil game since the PS1. I'm not a huge survival horror fan, but this is one that's beyond interesting to me. So let's take a look at this one in some gameplay as well.
So Resident Evil 0 for the GameCube. Now, full disclosure, this is my secret shame. I'm not a big Resident Evil fan. I've played the first one and the second one briefly back in the day on the PS1, but they never really clicked for me. They never really did anything for me. And I don't know, I just never really revisited it since. I know a lot of people are really excited for Village. I don't know, it's just not something that really clicks for me. I don't know, survival horror just isn't a thing that I really enjoy. This one's pretty neat though. This takes place before the first Resident Evil, and you play as a character named Rebecca, and you're a rookie member of STARS, and you're there to investigate what's going on. Now, it's got the same problem that the first few Resident Evils had. It's got really clunky controls. It doesn't play terribly well, at least not to me. It's not something that I look at and I say, wow, this game is great. I don't know. It's neat. I will be honest, this will probably be something I flip down the road as a trade. It's not something I necessarily want to hang on to, but you know, it's always neat to get something added for the GameCube collection.
No offense, honey, but
All right, now every month with Video Games Monthly, you also get some ephemera, some fun stuff tossed in. Like we've got, let's see here, we've got the 1-Up card, which means I received a free game for being a subscriber. If I post this to social media, hey, I will be posting this to social media. It doesn't get more social than YouTube with you, my friends, talking about this. I will be posting this to social media. And I also got a button. Hey, I got a Video Games Monthly button. That's pretty cool. All right, so what do I think about this month of Video Games Monthly? Well, you know, I will say it's definitely more of a miss than last month. I think last month was kind of lightning in a bottle. I got some really cool stuff. And this month, I mean, I definitely got some neat stuff, but I don't know that it's necessarily stuff I would have picked personally. But hey, that's kind of the risk-reward you take with stuff like this. I mean, you're not going to go wrong with Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt. That is an all-time classic, as is Dr. Mario, one of my favorite puzzle games from the NES. And of course, you can't go wrong with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or Resident Evil 0 for the GameCube. Always happy to add stuff back to the GameCube collection. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, and you want to see more stuff like this, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. Lets me know you enjoy what I'm creating, and I'll keep doing these unboxings every month when Video Games Monthly ships in. And while you're down there giving it a thumbs up, please be sure to let me know in the comments what your favorite game is that I received in this month's Video Games Monthly. If you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, please be sure to subscribe down below, and while you're there, ring that notification bell so you can be alerted whenever we do our video uploads twice a week. Until next time, folks, I have been Jay. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me on this unboxing. Until next time, remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon. You guys might be wondering why I'm not actually showing my face in this video, and that is because I feel like I've been hit by a Mack truck. I got my second dose of the Moderna shot yesterday, so please do your part, get vaccinated, stay safe.